Hey guys, it's Ryan with Big Dog Investing. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel. If you guys could do a couple of things for me, if you guys would go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you guys have not done so already. Click the bell notification down below so that YouTube can send you guys notifications whenever I release videos. Watch my videos all the way to the end. And if you guys could share my videos and share my channel with anyone, I'm trying to grow my channel as much as I can, and I definitely need your guys' help in doing so. Getting started today is going to be Thursday, March 9th. The total market cap for all cryptocurrencies right now is $928,500,000. This is a 6.84% decrease on the day. It's a little bit more than that just on the past 2 days. I did not make a video yesterday, and sorry for the late video today. I did have a dentist appointment, and I was in a lot of pain and slurring words due to um, the numbing, so you guys would not have been able to understand anything I was saying anyway. So luckily I was able to get some pain medication after. Just woke up not too long ago, and now just in time for a video. So make sure you guys tune in all the way to the end though, because we're going to talk about this. We did fall below the $1 trillion market cap, which I said was going to happen um, 2 days ago. And there's various reasons why, and we're going to talk about them. So make sure you guys do tune in all the way to the end for getting all of the useful information to make some educated decisions. The total for Bitcoin right now is 19,986. So we did dip below 20,000. Ethereum is at $1,410, and XRP right now is at 37.09 cents. So I know that we dropped below a lot of this in the day, but on the 7 day, at least in the top 10 cryptocurrencies, besides your stable coins, so your USD and your USDC, you'll see those in green as well as XRP. These coins are pegged to the US dollar, so they don't really count. On the 7 day, Bitcoin's down 10.73%, Ethereum 10.07. Um, Tether's also a stable coin as well. BNB's down 6.1%. XRP is the only one that's going to be in the green at 0.94%. So I know it looks like the price is down today, but overall on the 7 day average, XRP is holding up, and this is due to some good news with the lawsuit that we'll talk about here in just a little bit. Also, we have a couple updates. Getting into our cryptos for the day for our crypto bubbles. HT is down 21.3%. This is the Hobie token, or Wobie. I don't know how you pronounce this, but this did have a hack or something on this exchange, I believe, and that's why this one is the biggest loser on the day. I don't currently own this or know much about this token, but I don't like exchange tokens or stuff like that, so I don't know specifically exactly what that one is. But some of your great coins are down today, but again, the whole market's going to be down. Getting into some more losers, CFX is down 13.4%, AGIX 11.7%, and IMX 11%. But getting into some good coins that are down right now. VChain is down, currently trading at 2.05 cents. That's a great coin that I like. Sells Solve Supply Chain. The House Oversight Committee on Digital Assets had a meeting today. It was their very first one. We're going to talk about that towards the end of the video. And they brought up supply chain coins and the value that they could hold. This is a great supply chain coin, in my opinion. Again, no financial advice, but this is one that I'm still going to be buying right now. I'm going to dollar cost average into this a little bit more. Filecoin's down 8.1%. But there's a bunch of different projects. If you guys watched one of my previous videos, I gave you guys my top 10 digital currencies that I currently like the most that are in the markets. But I would highly encourage you guys to do your guys' own independent research. But looking at the week, though, we can see we have even bigger like losers. And that's just because this week has just been a terrible week. We have one just decent gainer, Kava. So if you guys own this is great for you guys. But overall, like if you guys can see, the rest are in red. AGIX, this is your artificial intelligence coin. There's a lot of coins that got popular as soon as Chat GPT came out and talking about artificial intelligence. These are those buzzword coins. This does have some potential in my opinion, but I would not get into this coin. Again, no financial advice. But a lot of people bought into these coins right before Chat GPT came out. Had some kind of insider knowledge on it, bought a bunch of this token, and then rode the wave up. And that's why these ones are one of the biggest losers too, is because a lot of those who invested heavily amounts of money into these now are currently selling them, and reaping in a lot of profits right now. But again, VeChain is down 19.3%. Filecoin, Algorand right here is down 16%. These are some solid coins. But again, do your guys' own independent research. Getting into our Watcher Guru news, President Biden to propose a 5.2% federal pay increase. Um, I'm kind of neutral on this because I do believe that people deserve more money for some of the jobs that they have. Now, I don't know specifically if it's, for specific federal employees or, who specifically he's talking about. But I do believe, especially with the minimum wage increase, that, some of these federal jobs did not see pay increases, as well as the rest of the world, or especially here in the United States, I should say, because we had this, massive increase in minimum wage, which, in my opinion, I was totally against. I'm not against pay increases, but I'm against pay increases by federal government mandates that increases the minimum wage, that causes the price of things to increase. And a lot of people don't realize that this affects small businesses more than it affects larger businesses. But it also hurts the people who have been working super hard and actually putting in dedicated years into companies, as well as their experience, their job knowledge, and also their education. And what I mean by this is, if your average person right here at minimum wage was $10 an hour, and then your person right here who's worked for a company for 10 plus years, went to college or went to a trade school, because I highly encourage trade schools as well, is making $20 an hour. So they make double what this person makes. Now, because the federal government increases minimum wage to, let's say, $15, they get a 50% pay increase, while this person right here will not get a pay increase on average, because how is a small company going to increase this person's pay and this person's pay and still be able to be profitable as a business? They're required by law to increase this person's pay, but this person right here gets nothing. So now there is like $5 per hour in increase of pay due to his 10 years of work experience, or whatever, however many years he's been with the company, and whatever educational background he has. So I'm not trying to say and hurt on these, individuals who do make minimum wage. You have to, but your minimum wage job isn't supposed to be a job that somebody has for a lifetime. It's supposed to be a job that somebody takes, in between jobs because they need one. Say you get let go from a company, you need to pick up a job just to get by. That's what the minimum wage is there for. Or for your average high school or college person who's actually going to school right now, that's what your minimum wage job is for. It's not to be able to live your entire life, have an iPhone, a MacBook, a brand new car, a nice family size house, being able to pay all of your bills, all of that stuff. That's not what your minimum wage is. It's supposed to be the minimum to get you by until you get to where you need to be. So I'll leave it at that. Bank of America CEO predicts slight U.S. recession this year, warns interest rates won't fall until 2024. Now, we're still waiting for a CPI report to come out on March 14th. That's the big thing that we're waiting on right now. And a lot of people are speculating that's the reason why our prices are dropping, and I agree. I do see that the report is not going to be good for the economy. We're going to see a slight increase in interest rates, but I don't see it's going to wait until 2024 for rates to drop. But, it's just hilarious that these, big banks and federal government are deciding that we're not in a recession. If they look at the textbook's definition, which they love to look at textbooks definitions for when it fits their agenda, we've been in a recession. We've continued to be in a recession. And, to say that we're going to have a slight recession, we've already been in one. How are you a CEO of a company and you don't even know what a recession is? Moving on, Fed Chair Jerome Powell says the cost of failing to control inflation will be extremely high. I agree with this. I do believe that we need to get inflation underneath control, but we can't keep printing money and we can't be giving money away to other countries right now, because that's what's hurting our economy. That's what's hurting the American people. And that's what's causing inflation to go up as well. So don't just keep on raising interest rates and say that's what we're doing to help, because realistically, all you want to do is hurt the American people, because you're giving away money left and right, and you have no issue doing that. UK plans to regulate crypto under new tough financial service law this year. And, I don't even care if it's a tough law. At least they have laws. Our federal government still can't figure this shit out. So, if we have a UK parliament right now, if we had that in our country, I'd be all for it right now to try to get, some regulation underway. But obviously, our United States can't figure this out. Gemini JP Morgan ends banking relationship with Gemini crypto exchange, and then Gemini denies the report that JP Morgan is cutting ties. So, it's kind of like a back and forth story. We'll see what ends up happening probably next day. Um, let's see right here. Fed Jerome Powell says that we are having real time payments in this country very, very soon. And in my opinion, I do believe that's true. And the only coin that I can see doing that right now is a digital asset known as XRP. If you guys don't know what XRP is, I would highly look into that. It's fast, easy, efficient, and very cost effective. Banks absolutely hate XRP because it will be the bank killer, is what it's known as. I don't see it as a bank killer, though. I see it being utilized by banks. So we'll see what happens. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says no one should assume that the Federal Reserve can protect the economy in a debt default. Um, and I agree. You guys got to manage your own money and figure this out. You can't rely on the government for everything. But at the end of the day, you guys are responsible. And what I mean by you guys, I mean the Federal Reserve is responsible for a lot of this stuff. Um, Silvergate Capital to shut down operations and liquidate the bank. We'll talk about this because this was like a black swan event. For those of you guys that don't know what a black swan event, it's basically an event that was unexpected and has a drastic impact on in financial markets. So these are used in stock markets as well as crypto markets now, just any type of financial market. Now, we did know, and I did talk about this on my channel before in a couple of videos, that Silvergate Capital was probably going to be shutting down because they did not actually have the assets that they said that they did. So it was a black swan event in a sense that it did happen, but not in a sense because we kind of predicted that this was actually going to happen. Binance CEO says they do not have any losses from Silvergate Capital shutdown and all funds are safe. Binance just keeps on saying this. I don't know if it's true. I do trust Binance. I do think that they are a very well spoken exchange and an exchange that actually realizes what it's doing, and it's one that still sticks around. That and Coinbase. You have like, right now Silvergate Capital, you have what is it, Voyager, you have FTX. All those exchanges and banking institutions are going crazy, and Binance just still stays at the top. It is the number one crypto exchange in my opinion. In my opinion, it's my number one favorite cryptocurrency exchange. I do like Coinbase as well, but I also have some real gripes with Coinbase for getting rid of XRP and delisting it. President Biden calls for a double capital gains tax from 20% to 40%. For those of you guys that don't know, a capital gains tax is a tax on your guys' investments that you guys hold for less than a year. So let's say you guys put $100 into cryptocurrency. Let's say you guys end up selling after 6 months and you ended up getting $1,000. Well, you have a $900 profit. Out of that $900 profit, you are taxed not at 20%, which the current is, you'd be taxed at 40%. So roughly, you guys would have about $500 that you guys would keep, and then the $400 you guys would pay in taxes, or 350. I don't know exactly off the top of my head. Let's just say you guys, to make it easier, if you guys got $1,000 in profits, instead of paying just $200, you're now going to pay $400 in taxes. And in my opinion, this is complete bullshit. Why are you going to get taxed super heavily on an investment? You guys made your guys' own risks. The government doesn't pay you back if you lose on your investments. So, now we have to pay, and also, like, one, we put up our money for risk, and then two, pay 40% if we do well in the markets. In my opinion, that's just ridiculous, and I hope that this does not go through. This is what I'm talking about when they say, oh, we're going to tax the rich. You're not taxing the rich, you're taxing the American people who are actually trying to get ahead in life and risking their asses off and trying to further themselves, and you guys are trying to ruin that. Gate.io to launch a crypto Visa card in Europe. That's kind of interesting. Discord to implement OpenAI Chat GPT technology to improve platform features. I kind of disagree with this. I don't think we need artificial intelligence in a lot of these Discord groups or just anything in general. I don't currently have a Discord, probably won't have a Discord, but if we have artificial intelligence in every sort of tech, they're going to be able to gain and actually pick up vast amounts of user information. Whether you think that they do or don't, they're going to. Facebook, which is now Meta, has Instagram and Snapchat underneath its belt. I'm sure Twitter does it also, even though Twitter just recently got bought out. Um, TikTok does it as well. They compile all of your guys' information. You guys sign a little user agreement, and that's what, basically what happens is it takes all of your guys' information and, just spreads awareness and spreads that information to other big tech companies. President Biden calls for a 5.5 trillion tax increase over the next decade, destroying the American people. KuCoin Exchange sued by New York Attorney General on Ethereum. So they were getting sued by Ethereum. We'll talk about that. Bitcoin falls under 20,000. President Biden calls for a 30% tax on all electricity used to mine cryptocurrency, again, harming digital assets only. Silicon Valley Bank plunges 60%. And Jim Cramer told everyone a month ago to put money into it. It's a great investment. So if you guys invested $1,000, you guys would have lost 600. So it's just crazy to see. Meta is developing a decentralized social media Twitter competitor. Um, Twitter's always going to be around, in my opinion, but Meta's going to try to go out for it. U.S. government files appeal to block Binance U.S. from acquiring bankrupt crypto Voyager Ledger digital assets for $1 billion. That's really interesting because what do they care? At least they're trying to get something out of it and help people who actually lost money in the deal. Um, China's president, Xi Jinping, I don't know exactly how you pronounce it, so sorry if I messed up, appointed president of China for a third term. He's going to keep winning no matter what, as long as he wants the job. This guy right here, digital assets investor, says, "Hey, at Coinbase, time to delist Ethereum. All it took was a suit for you to delist XRP. When delist question mark, at Brian Armstrong. So they're asking when are they going to delist Ethereum because Ethereum just got sued as a security by a New York Attorney General, and XRP got sued by the SEC, and they got their cryptocurrency token delisted from Coinbase. Will um, Coinbase follow suit and actually live up to what they did with XRP? This one was really interesting. House Democrat, this was in the financial meeting. Stacey Plaskett engages in anti-Asian discrimination by not so subtly accusing Canadian citizen CZ at Binance of being a CCP asset. And CZ ended up responding to this, and she's wrong about the facts. I have not been a Chinese citizen for over 30 plus years since I moved to Canada when I was 12. So he has not been a citizen of China since he was 12 years old. Never been a part of the CCP, discrimination against Chinese um, diaspora. Binance and all other exchanges are banned in China since 2017. So I've told you guys several times, if you guys ever see a post that crypto's just been banned in China, it's not true. CZ again just points out it's been banned since 2017. Hedera did have a breach today. So it says right here the Hedera team is actively investigating smart contract and irregularities that have been detected. Um, they are working directly with teams across the DeFi ecosystem to determine the cause and potential impacts. Updates will be available soon. So there was something that happened. The governing council got together and delisted proxy servers. And this stopped eventually for people being able to hopefully steal digital assets of the Hedera token, the HBAR token. But it's kind of crazy that it's supposed to be decentralized, yet they can shut down servers so people can't get any money out of it. In a sense, is what I got out of it. But I am huge into HBAR. I do love the project. I do love the governing council aspect of it. So it's interesting. This one was really good. For those of you guys that don't know, XLM is for retail investors, while XRP is supposed to be for banking. So XLM was used and created by Jed McCaleb, who was a co-creator of the XRP token. But XLM, Brazil Central Bank launches XLM-based CBDC. So that was really interesting, and that was great news. If you guys hold XLM, I would look into it. Silvergate is shutting down operations and liquidating the bank. We talked about that. Dominoes are falling at a rapid speed now. And this was interesting right here because Coinbase ends up talking about this and says, update. We are sorry to see Silvergate make it the tough decision to wind down operations. They were a partner and contributors to the growth of the cryptocurrency. Coinbase has no client or corporate cash at Silvergate. Client funds continue to be safe, accessible, and available. So, just like Binance, like I was talking about, Coinbase is another exchange that I do like, except that I also dislike them from the XRP delisting. But they do say that XRP tokens are safe and no cash was held in Silvergate. So, Hedera came out and also said, this was their an abundance of caution of safety of users. Hedera is turning off the network proxies on the mainnet, making it inaccessible. So we just talked about that. They're going to let people know when they figure this out. And if you guys want more information, again, all this stuff will be in the comments so you guys can look at it. This one was really hilarious right here because Chuck Schumer, for those of you guys that don't know, he's New York Senator and he's the Senate Majority Leader. He says right here, Speaker McCarthy has held the gavel for less than 3 months, but by sharing the January 6th security footage with Fox News, he has already done more than any party leader in Congress to enable the spread of Donald Trump's big lie. So Elon Musk says, do you want us to remove the video? So they've been talking about how the January 6th riots were so terrible. They destroyed, the integrity of our elections. They just damaged so much property, but they were being escorted by the Capitol Police. They're being told, come here, let's go, come here, walked through. No one's being really arrested. No one's, damaging property here. Police are running by. They're not trying to stop these individuals. They're not, you know, actively saying, like, stop doing this, leave now. You know, right here, he's like literally walking with this guy. If he really was cared and was doing his job, they'd arrest him. So there's a lot more to this than meets the eye. So again, I'm not trying to, be biased against one party or another, but I'm just trying to show and basically give your guys', eyes open to what's actually really going on. They keep saying that this is terrible, this is terrible. Shouldn't the American people know the truth? Shouldn't we be able to view footage for ourselves, be able to get the information for ourselves to make an informed decision? Obviously, the federal government right here with Chuck Schumer does not think the American people deserve to make their own assumptions. What they should do is just believe a document that was shared by the chief of police for the Capitol, and then that's what we should believe, and we shouldn't see any footage. In my opinion, that's complete bullshit. And this is why I don't trust a lot of the people in the financial markets, the federal governments. Again, right here, Gary Gensler. As chair of the SEC, I have one goal with regard to the crypto markets: to ensure that investors in the markets receive all the protections that they would in any other securities market. How? Read his opinion right here. But in my opinion, this is just complete bullshit too, because he's been asked to go to and testify in front of Congress countless times and has never shown up. Yet he can make news appearances, he can release statements, he can create these fucking YouTube videos and Twitter videos to be released. Yet he can't get, 3 hours, 6 hours out of his day, because how busy it is, suing every cryptocurrency exchange and token that, you don't like except Ethereum. You didn't sue Ethereum. The New York Attorney General did. Because why? Because your predecessor said that, Ethereum was not a security and Ethereum free pass speech. Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities. Yet you can still sit here and say that you're doing a job to protect investors. Complete BS. Um, right here, Jeremy Hogan says that we warned about the securities dangers inherent to the Ethereum 2.0 a year ago. For those of you guys that don't know, Ethereum was a proof of work, and then it transitioned to a proof of stake for the Ethereum 2.0. So you could actually stake Ethereum tokens. Now, that the lawsuit would come from the New York Attorney General came out of left field. It must have been in a New York state of mind. And he talks about this, that in this video that he posted a year ago on his YouTube channel, Legal Briefs, he did talk about how a lot of this would play out, and he was right about it. When you start getting into staking, you could now somehow be considered a security. But why didn't Ethereum get sued as soon as it started doing that? Where was Gary Gensler doing that? In my opinion, if you're staking cryptocurrency, it's not considered a security. Obviously, some people disagree, which is fine. Zach Rector comes out and replies to Crypto Bull, says just a few days ago the XRP lawsuit was supposed to end. Ethereum is called a security in a lawsuit. I am glad to own XRP. And then Zach Rector says, funny how that works. Um, John Deaton ends up replying and says, after reading the Daubert order, I think that the XRP holders' brief and submissions may turn out to be critical. He says that Judge Torres allowed me to file a motion to intervene. She could easily could have said no right out the gate. Many experienced lawyers said she would deny my request. She didn't. She then granted us amicus status and then ignored the SEC's personal attacks on me. She wanted to hear our perspectives. And our perspectives means that the people who, signed the petition to become one with the XRP army and file a motion and sue back the SEC and give the actual holders a say in the case. This is what John Deaton did, and it was great for us. Gary Gensler 2 weeks ago in an interview, everything other than Bitcoin is a security. And then today, the New York Attorney General files suit against KuCoin and claims that Ethereum is a security. John Deaton comes out and says Ethereum holders said I was spreading FUD when I said we must fight together. And he says that he is an Ethereum holder because until Congress acts, one speech by one guy who isn't at the SEC anymore doesn't mean shit. If you think that this isn't coordination between the SEC and New York Attorney General, you're not paying attention. And I completely agree with that. This was really interesting. This guy, 801 XRP, he talks and shows a video that in the banking sector, when we talk about regulating crypto related activities, we don't think, we now have a new type of orange. We need to have new orange regulation. We say that this orange looks a lot like the old orange we already eat and try to regulate it that light. And I completely agree. What he means by this, in my opinion, I don't know because I didn't quote him, but, it's just an upgraded financial systems. Now, do we need to regulate it in a brand new way? That's up for debate. In my opinion, I don't think that we do. We just need to stop suing left and right with this. And, I kind of like this video. I would highly encourage you guys to watch that. This is John Deaton again right here. He talks to Jeremy Hogan. In a recent order, the judge cited the Marine Bank versus Weaver case that at least 3 times when discussing what a reasonable XRP purchaser when they bought XRP issue. It's a Supreme Court case which asks whether the thing was sold commonly through, though thought of as a security. So the agreement in question is not the type of instruction that comes to mind when the term security is used and does not fall within the ordinary concept of a security. So John Deaton says, read the language here. A provision in an agreement gave the investors a share of the company's profits, yet the court said that the provision itself is not a security. That's the major focus of XRP holders' amicus brief, that XRP itself is not a security and neither of the security sales are the secondary sales. Hogan says, after reading the Daubert order, I think that XRP holders' brief and submissions may turn out to be critical. And John Deaton says that he is confident and that judge will deny the SEC's summary judgment motion as written and requested when they are forced to abandon their so-called XRP holder expert. Whether the XRP token was acquired as a consumptive use is material fact in the issue. That alone requires denying the SEC's motion. The real question is, how aggressive does Judge Torres get in trying to resolve the case without a jury? For example, does she find that the instance with Ripple set a brochure to 100 potential investors in 2024 and unregistered security offerings by conclude today's sales or not? And I think that secondary sales would not be considered. This was part of the testimony. Brian Armstrong said that that there was going to be a testimony with this guy Paul Gruel talking at the Capitol for the first digital assets meetings. This one right here in the meeting, Matt Taibbi refuses to reveal his sources in front of Democrats after being hounded. I would highly encourage you guys to watch this. I'm going to post a YouTube link for it. I don't have a lot of time left in this video. I got like less than a minute. But I want to point this out right here. It says no, from Richie Torres, who is a congressman, says no clear rules to the road of the Howey test, some sort of incumbination period where something can go from centralized status to decentralized status seems warranted and unique. He brings up Ethereum multiple times in his speech. So I commented on this and says, this sounds like the Ethereum free pass speech. He has his own agenda on this. He could have brought up more coins and brought up Ethereum multiple times. And why? Because he did that just the exact same way that the Ethereum free pass speech was done with Bill Hinman. we're going to end that there. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments. If you guys can invest with the big dog, stay on the porch. Thank you guys and have a good one.